was a whole mistake.
If you put your wallet in your back pocket, it throws off your orbital bone.
Orbital's eye, dummy.
So, we did it, and we're doing it.
We're here.
We're doing it, and we're doing it, and we're doing it well.
We're doing it live. We're live here in downtown Whittier at Lift Coffee Shop. I want to shout out the owner, Steven Trujillo, whom I met yesterday, and great guy. Said I gave him my pitch, and he was like, "Dude, just do it here."
What did you tell him?
I was like, "Can I film here, please? Please, let me." And he was like, "Yeah, go for it."
So before we get into the podcast, I want to talk about last night.
What happened last night?
So last night, I talked to you on the phone for about an hour.
Did we talk?
And well, you said you were going to call me at 10, and then you called me at 10:30. So
I also, we make you out to be the late one. But this morning, the reality of the situation was that, and I'll edit it to make it look like you were late, but the reality is that I was like 20 minutes late.
You were really late because yesterday I specifically told you, I said, I'm leaving my house at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, you did.
And I'm gonna get there. You said we got to be there by 10. So I said, okay, I'm gonna leave at 8:30 then.
Yeah, and it was.
And sure enough, I get here and you're nowhere to be found.
I mean,
so now I'm running around Whittier.
I was found. You weren't running around Whittier.
I was lost, roaming around Whittier by myself.
That's what Google Maps is for.
So anyway, so last night we're talking on the phone. We're going over, the season. We're talking about ideas, and we're talking about
just the goals,
stuff and goals, and like how we're going to do the intro episode.
Yeah,
which is what we're doing now.
Yeah, we're trying to do that now.
And it's a learning process, like we got to figure out what we're doing because we have no idea. We've never done anything like this before. I've done podcasts before.
Yeah. Oh, you've done a podcast?
So we have done this before.
Yeah, I guess we just did it separately.
Oh shit, dude. Okay, so I guess we do know what we're doing.
We should be better at this than we are.
So, anyways, after getting off the phone. I'm really hunched over. I feel like the hunchback of Whittier.
Kind of like, I'll come over here, maybe that'll.
I'm the hunchback of Whittier.
But you live in the OC.
Yeah, I live in OC. Okay, so this is better.
Is it still recording?
Thank you, dude. Jesus.
Yeah, you were a little too close there. 6 feet.
Yeah. I can't get this thought out of my head. I'm trying to
what are you trying to say?
I'm trying to articulate something. So after I got off the phone with you, I was nervous.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you have a little nervous pee?
No, I had butterflies in my tummy.
Okay.
I was just kind of like, oh my God, we're actually doing this. We're going to actually shoot the first episode of this podcast. Yeah. And it's nervousness mixed with excitement, mixed with sadness and fear, anger, happiness.
So it's like the spectrum of
pretty much
like
all.
The stages of grief.
I had all of the emotions thinking about going into this because of what this podcast means.
Yeah.
And what happens if we don't get the reaction out of it that we want? What will we do?
I will probably go back to doing exactly what I was doing before.
Right. Can you talk about that a little bit more? What exactly were you doing before?
How far back do you want me to go?
When did we think about starting this podcast? We've been thinking about this for a while, right?
Yeah, at least like
a couple weeks.
Like a month. Well, actually, I thought of the podcast. Yeah. Don't try to take credit for my idea.
Well, hold on a second, dude. We talked about a different podcast.
Yeah, we
right?
did.
So
which I also thought about.
This is like the afterbirth of that first podcast.
So I won't tell you I won't spill.
Is this still recording?
It should still be.
Well, I sure
better
hope so.
be.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
So the first one that I had mentioned, I won't mention now because I don't want anybody to steal it. We might still do it. But I had the idea of all podcasts have the same format. They take place in a built space and
not all of them.
Well,
Steve-O's podcast.
Steve-O's is in a truck that's built. It's a built truck, so he can. So
yeah,
it's the
I know.
Same, it's the same setting.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So podcasts mostly take place in the same setting. I haven't seen one that's like, hey, let's go here and let's podcast here, or like that's just. I just haven't seen that. So I was like,
okay.
You know what I want to do. I want to.
And then I was like, and then I said, what?
Yeah, I was like, you know what? And you were like, what?
Yeah.
So everything I do is mobile. I can hop on this laptop. I can go to a coffee shop. I can work, and it can be my office. And the MIDI that I have can plug into that laptop and be powered by. And these mics that can plug into the lap. Everything, like, there's no reason I have to be tied down anywhere.
Right.
And so what I wanted to do.
You don't have to make a commitment. Do you have commitment issues?
No. Yes and no. I have commitment to space like that. I mean, that's childhood. That's childhood stuff.
Trauma.
Right
we can get into childhood trauma.
We'll get into that a little bit. But okay. Yeah, like it's the diversity of spaces. Like I like working at different coffee shops. I like being in different spaces when I work. It just kind of it gets my brain turning, gets my gears turning.
That's crazy because I'm kind of the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I like to be able to have my place that I go to, like my sanctuary, my dojo, my sanctuary,
office.
I like being able to have a place where I'm like, okay, this is where the magic happens.
Yeah.
Because think about it. It's like when they say this is where the magic happens, what are they typically referring to?
Like a magic castle.
No, like they're typically referring to like the bedroom, right? Like this is where the magic happens.
I've never done magic in the bedroom.
But we just had this whole conversation about how you're getting into doing magic.
No, that's a Rubik's Cube. I got into Rubik's Cube.
What's the difference?
Math.
Okay.
It's mathematical.
Okay.
But that's interesting. Like you enjoy you need a space to kind of like feel rooted to I don't know what is that?
I think it's because part of me, like, as I get older, I become more of a recluse.
Oh yeah.
I'm just kind of like I just want to stay. I want to hide.
Yeah.
And I want to do my thing, and I don't want to like go anywhere. Right. I think it has something to do with that.
Did COVID have something to do with that too?
COVID had everything to do with that.
Yeah.
I was all over the place prior to COVID.
Right.
COVID hit, and then it was really hard for me to adapt to the new norm of like being locked in, the quarantine thing.
Yeah.
I was like going crazy. But then also I wasn't going crazy because
you liked it.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I was going crazy. I was like, what is this new thing, this new way of life?
Yeah.
But I adapted to it relatively well, and then now things are kind of lightening up a little bit. I don't want it to go back to normal.
I enjoyed there being no traffic. That's what I miss.
Oh yeah, that was great. Everything about COVID was great, with the exception of COVID.
Getting COVID, yeah. Yeah.
Everything else.
Industries.
Aside from
small businesses failing.
Aside from a complete economic collapse, and everything that happened with all of that. I'm not a politician, so I don't know about government.
But we should talk about government on here at some point.
Oh no, for sure. I think I'm
fitting.
I'm no one to talk about politics, but I'll talk about it.
I'll talk your off.
I'll go on about it for days.
No idea what any of it is, but
with the exception of everything that COVID brought, it wasn't that bad. With the exception of everything that COVID brought, it was okay in theory. I think we should have had a different way to introduce lockdown, minus the collapse of the planet and everything. So
we should have planned that better.
Yeah. Anyway, so I feel like we're kind of veering off track a little bit, which is
what podcasts do. But yeah, we do.
We are. Dude, don't ever talk like that again.
That's the first time my voice cracked since I was 12.
Are you going through late
stage puberty?
Late puberty?
Late regression.
Okay.
With the except, like, tangents are a natural part of talking. A creative's brain, if it's tangent. But we do have a point in all of this. We do have a direction we want to go. We do have talking points, which we don't have today because it's an intro episode, but we will have at some point.
Yeah, this is we're just getting our feet wet.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what's this podcast. I said it to you earlier. I don't view this as a podcast. I view it as a show. I view it as,
which is why we are officially changing the name
to We're Podcasting Here show.
Yeah.
I just view it more than just a regular podcast, and it's not just because of like the way that we're gonna go about doing it.
Yeah.
But also because of who we are and what we do, you know, and we kind of like we're in control of creating this world, right?
Yeah.
This with anything, whether it's video or whether it's design or whether it's clothes or just whatever it is. Like we're the creators, so it's like.
Yeah, we both spent so much time behind the scenes, and we both like excelled in our industries behind the scenes, and like what we want to do, like we wanted to kind of shift the narrative of who we are.
Because the narrative of who I was really getting annoying. Let me tell you,
just like
getting annoying.
Drawing boy.
Yeah, I mean not even that. I mean that's like a. That at least implies that I can draw. I would get
graphic boy.
Yeah, computer button pusher. It's like, dude, come on.
Photo boy. Oh, you're a videographer.
Yeah. I don't like that. But okay. So basically, the idea with the show is that we're two creative people that work in separate indries. I work in apparel and I work in music as a designer. He works in apparel and he works in music as a videographer. Yeah. Maybe we do work in similar industries.
Maybe
you do work in the same.
Dude, wait, you work at Volcom too?
Yeah. No, we're literally.
We do the same thing, but with different mediums.
That's what I meant. The different mediums. That's what I meant.
I have a camera, which you are all in currently.
Right.
As the recording.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I never really looked at it that way. I always thought of it like two separate industries.
Yeah, no,
But it's not.
Team.
It's the same. It's the same thing.
That's
what is that called? That's like
coworkers.
Dude, we're like coworkers. And
I don't know what that's called.
Kindred spirits.
Kindred.
Is that what it's called?
Kindred flames.
Twin flames.
Twin flames.
So, so basically, we have
different
twin brothers from the same mother. We're twin brothers from the same mother with different dads.
Yeah.
We'll get into that later. Okay, so basically, this podcast is two creatives, two twin brothers with same mom, different dads, and we want to talk about our experiences. We want to talk about the pros and cons of what we do.
Yeah.
We want to talk about our frustrations.
Right.
We want to get some things off of our chest. We want to want to talk about failures, successes.
Yeah.
I don't really care to.
What we're striving, like what we've learned and what we're going for.
I'm sorry.
Are you? You were done?
No, I wasn't even done.
I thought that's what we were doing.
No.
Cutting each other off.
No. I don't want to get so much into name dropping, but I will tell stories that include names.
Okay.
Because they're true. I don't want to come off like that guy that's like, oh yeah, I did this thing for so and so. Like, all you have to do is Google me and you'll find out. Am I right?
Yeah.
I think we just have to
Google me and you'll find a white guy.
Right. Google Cunningham, Michael Cunningham, and you'll find a soccer player and an author. Right.
Shout out to.
So, anyways, I just don't want to come off like that guy that's like I don't want to be braggadocious. Right.
But I mean, it's bragworthy what we've done.
It is bragworthy what we've done, and that's why we're doing the podcast. I think we have great successes, and we've been able to overcome a lot of adversity within not only just ourselves, but like in our career.
Yeah.
And we see that there's an open lane for us to talk about these things, and maybe people can gain inspiration. Yeah. Maybe we can provide laughter.
Hopefully.
Maybe
if we are laughing, likely you are laughing.
Is that how it works?
That's why they do laugh tracks.
Okay. No. Makes sense. Cue. It's like the cues to laugh.
Yeah.
But I think we're funny guys, dude. I think we're funny. I think we're both handsome. I think.
What are you trying to say? I agree. We were both handsome. We're both pretty. We're both cute.
We're both funny,
both adorable, lovable.
We're
adult men.
We're trailblazers. We're adults.
Yeah.
We're adult men, and we're just trying to have fun. We're just trying to do something outside of our norm.
Yeah, we're blazing a trail, doing something that hasn't been done.
Well, podcasting's been done,
but not podcasting here.
That's right. Nobody's podcasted here.
We're literally in a coffee shop talking, and there's people around, and they're not looking at us, but I feel like they are. They got their...
No,
we're in the
peripherals. Some of them are.
Yeah, some of them
they'll
are.
like glance, and they'll be like, oh, who's the guy in the brown?
But it's a way, it's branding, and we're
kind
of guerrilla marketing.
When you talked to, his name's Stephen? Stephen? Yeah. When you talked to him about doing the show, you said something that I thought was really interesting. You said that when you and him spoke, you guys were almost in sync.
Yeah.
And what did you mean by that? Because this is his coffee shop.
Yeah.
And when you spoke to him about your idea, essentially you were just talking to an entrepreneur, somebody that wanted to do something. What was it that that you felt was
like in sync?
In sync.
Like the conversation that we had, like it started with me going up to get a sandwich. That's how every good conversation starts. And
can you talk about that a little bit more?
So it was yesterday, and I was hungry, and I went up and bought a sandwich. But yeah, I was like, who owns a place? I love the aesthetic, like, and that was part of the reason why, like, I felt like it was fitting doing it here. It's like The Simpsons. Homer Simpson raised me, so like Homer's my dad.
What?
And Rocco's my brother, and Peter Griffin is my other dad. And
clip that part.
That's perfect. But yeah, I go up and I'm just like, who owns the place? I love the aesthetic. And Steven's like, yo, it's me. So we started talking. I was like, I'm actually like looking to do a podcast, and maybe it started that way. I don't know. My memory's all over the place.
This just happened.
To, like, set up all this.
This just happened yesterday, dude.
But that was a lot happened since then.
Okay, between then and now?
Yeah.
A lot has happened.
My Momo got his balls cut off.
Oh, my God. Poor guy.
Yeah. But, yeah, he started talking, and he was like, yeah, this is my place. Like, asked him, like, what,
and just to clarify, Momo's his dog.
Momo's my dog.
It's not a person.
No.
Okay, but go ahead.
But he's a person to me.
No, do you think that animals, dogs or cats, or do you think that it's possible that they have
human souls stuck in a dog's brain,
human souls,
body.
Or their own souls?
I think they're their own thing.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah,
dude, that's ridiculous, dude. There's no way a human soul can be in a body.
Right.
I think. It can be in a dog's body. Yeah. Not a human body. Okay, but so basically, going back.
We had this conversation. Long story short, he's talking about his experiences in the industry. He's a chef, and basically, what we all have in common is we've built other people's dreams. We've built other people's houses. We built other people, metaphorical houses. We built other people's kind of career, like not careers,
vision.
But just like
we brought other people's
vision to life.
We're creators.
Exactly. We are the people behind the scenes.
Someone comes up with an idea, and
then we execute. So this is, and then like this coffee shop, literally, this podcast.
Angelica's coffee's ready.
Oh, Angelica, your coffee is ready. This podcast is like our vision. It's our idea. It's our wanting to share our stories. This coffee shop was Steven's vision. It was his designs, all that, and his business venture. And it's a shift from being the person who is building somebody else's dream, building somebody else's vision, to just saying, hey, I have ideas of my own, I have goals of my own, and I'm going to act on that. I'm going to shift the narrative, and I'm going to take a step of faith because this, like, that's what this is. It's a step of faith. Like, we don't know who's going to fall, like, who's going to watch and care to watch us for how long have we been freaking blabbering on now? 20 minutes? 21 minutes?
Well, okay, so my big takeaway with doing this show is that we're essentially working towards building a platform.
Yeah.
This show is not what defines us.
Right.
We're just two dudes that do creative stuff full-time as, careered artists. And we just decided to do a show where it's like, okay, well, how can we add on to what we're already doing?
Yeah.
Because what I'm noticing is that people like us, we're the ones that are doing the work for the limelight, the person that's getting all of the credit. And which there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's great in the collaborative sense and being able to be involved in certain projects. But where there is a problem...
It's my back, man. I broke my back.
Okay.
Yeah, where there is a problem.
So where there is a problem is where the behind-the-scenes people, especially art directors and cinematographers, video directors, pretty much...
Go uncredited.
Where they go undermined, uncredited. And it doesn't even have to be anything crazy. I'm not saying that, people like us need to have all of the attention in the world.
Right.
But when we're on our path of trying to elevate ourselves, and we're on the path of trying to, and by no means am I complaining here.
Sounds a little bit like you are.
I'm not. Well, here's the thing.
I wouldn't say complaining. I would say like whining more.
Whining. I do feel that. I do feel like I'm complaining and whining, but it's only because of passion.
Yeah.
And it's because of care, and it's because of I want more out of this life, right?
Right.
And I want to see my peers and people that do what I do excel even further. And so, anyways, out of all of the, I guess, issues that I would have.
Yeah.
Instead of this is why I say it's not complaining, because I have the solution. Should we talk about that this episode?
I think we will get into that. I think that's a good cliffhanger.
It is. If you are a creative person and you're, first of all, I've said creative way too many times.
We'll do a count. We'll count it.
Okay. If you're a person that works within our industry, then I have the solution to where you could get more. Yeah. Maybe it comes in the form of a book. Maybe it comes in the form of another podcast episode other than this one. Maybe it comes in the form of us having an actual conversation with somebody.
Yeah.
And then me telling them what the secret is to fixing,
It's like pulling somebody off the street and just be like, hey, do you know what the secret is?
And letting them know. I think being a designer, we spend, or even with you, photographer, director, that we spend so much...
Actor, writer.
And actor, and writer. And, we spend so much time... and cinematographer, and we spend so much time by ourselves and thinking about, all the steps that we have to take to pull something off for it to then be finished, come out, and then there's no trace back to us and how we're involved. Right? Yeah. And I have the secret to correcting that. No.
Okay.
I have the secret to correcting that, and that I have the secret. I've talked to you about it.
You have we?
Well, maybe
I forgot what conversation I had yesterday.
Okay, well, if we haven't, we will in coming episodes. And I think it's important for people to know how to correct any issues that you have or what you might feel.
Right.
And that's not what this podcast is about. But this podcast is two friends, a designer. Me, right, and because I mentioned that, and
a multi-hyphenate,
and a multi-hermaphrodite,
multi-hyphenate.
We didn't even talk about what this show is about.
We didn't?
We
like,
just-
I think I was trying to, and then you cut me
Yeah.
off.
Okay. All right. So,
All right, so this show is about, and then it just ends.
yeah, cut it.
The show is about diverse. Well, it's
Okay,
about a lot of things.
don't complicate it. Here's the deal.
It's
doing a show.
complicated. We're doing a show
It's
that takes place in different
They don't-
places. It's a movie.
Okay.
We do a show. We're doing a show that takes place in public spaces.
Don't say where.
Public spaces. To showcase the diversity, because we're diverse. We're like both ethnically and in thought.
Well, actually, I did the 23andMe.
Oh, you're not that diverse.
I'm not that diverse, dude. I'm like at all. I spent my whole life thinking I was one way. I take 23andMe, and they're like, "We don't think so, buddy. This
Yeah.
is what you actually are."
You are
I'm
British.
I'm British, Irish, and Native American.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's some ethnicity in there.
No, there is ethnicity in there, and like, I really don't want to get into.
But basically, what the show's about, we keep tangenting off.
Okay.
All right, let me finish this thought.
Okay.
This show is unlike any show you've ever seen in your life, because this show is us, who you've probably never seen in your life. What the hell is that noise?
Okay, we're gonna have
is that
to
a
wait.
horn?
Yeah, it's the horn because
We're in Whittier, and people go crazy for.
you know what they
their
say
quinceañeras.
about Whittier.
I don't.
Whittier,
I don't
where
even know what they say.
where what? Whittier, where
Where the magic happens.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for tuning. I think we will.
No,
Are
we're
we
not.
gonna end?
No,
we're not done.
No, we're not done. Look,
Well, I thought we wanted to keep it concise. We got it.
look, we got 2
minute
minutes.
and a half. We
Here's
got
the
a minute
thing.
and a half.
Here's the thing.
We
The
wanna
show is
keep
called.
the show's called for podcasting here. We want to keep it
Here's the
concise.
thing. The people really need to stop honking their horn.
But
Our audio is picking it up. Do you think this makes for good footage?
I think
This
so.
is a guerrilla style
This is
show.
That's exactly what we're doing. This
This is what
real.
we want. We
Like,
really
we
want
can't-
this. It needs to stop, dude.
Like, people are gonna realize that we are just in
It's
we
like,
are
do
in a
they-
studio space, and all these noises
It's
are
like
fake.
do they know that?
They don't know we're podcasting here.
Who knows this many people? First of all,
Well, they're not carpooling, that's for sure. So it's one person
Okay.
per car.
So let me just get this thought off real quick.
Okay.
The show is called We're Podcasting Here.
Yes.
We're going by seasons.
Yes.
We're doing 7 episodes this first season.
Yes.
Each episode will be in a new location with
Yes.
new subject matter, all revolving around our work and us as people,
Yep.
as influencers, creatives,
Creatives.
and overall cool guys. What'd you say?
Parent
Yeah,
human children.
I'm a father. You're a father.
of an animal
Of a
kind.
and that's what this show is about.
Yeah.
And like and share and subscribe,
Share,
and
subscribe.
all that good
Smash
stuff.
that like button.
Smash that like button. Ring that bell.
I won't use any war terms because you guys already know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Well, we wanted to do this now because we don't know what's going to be happening in a couple of months or a year. So
I really like how they did this. Thank you,
Yeah.
Steven.
yeah, shout out to Steven.
Thank you,
Trujillo
Steven.
of Lift Coffee Roasters in Whittier. I don't know what part of Whittier. I think we're
Old
are we downtown?
Old Town, downtown.
Old Town.
all
Just look
around.
up Lift Coffee Roasters and you'll find it.
Yeah. So that's it. That's
Yeah.
the first episode.
Yeah, how much did I say versus how much you said?
I don't know, dude.
I want to say a little bit more.
Were you hesitant in moving in on this podcast at first? On this show? Did you have any doubts of I don't know if this is a good idea?
No, I think it was a brilliant idea. I think every idea I have is a brilliant idea.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
And, I think people need to realize that and
For sure,
hop on board.
100%.
So
And we have to prove that.
we do have to prove that, and we got to do it by ourselves.
Right.
And we will. We'll show them all. Show them all.
We're gonna teach them all a lesson.
But no, I wasn't hesitant. I
me
just
neither.
wanted to.
It's very rare that you come up with an idea with somebody where it's like,
Yeah.
okay, this is a good idea.
Yeah.
Let's just act on it. We have what it takes. We know what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
It's very rare.
I'm getting glare from like an 8-year-old. She's like, "What are you guys doing?"
It's okay.
And
That's
they're
our
ready.
audience, dude.
That is our
8-year-olds.
target. No, an 8-year-old
Eight-
should not be watching this podcast.
Well,
You have an 8-year-old. What
No, I have a 5-year-old son.
5-year-old.
And I have a 14-year-old son who will be 15 this year.
Nice.
I had him when I was 12.
It's
very confusing.
You're older than that.
No, that's maybe we'll talk about that in another episode.
We'll get into all that. So thank you guys for tuning in.
Okay, cool. Smash that button.
Smash those buttons.
Subscribe.
Share it. Comment. Interact.
Okay, the horns
with
are coming back. We have to get out of here. Turn this off.
We gotta shut this thing off. All right, we are wrapped. We gotta think of an outro too.